Hi guys, it's me, MJ Hill, and I'm here with my granddaughter Isis.
Hi.
Yes, and as you all know, I have a YouTube channel, and she's going to interview me. Okay, now, first of all, what's your first question?
Okay, the first question is, what is your channel about?
My channel is a channel to help parents. I am giving parenting tips. So those of you who have little ones from ages from newborn to 12 years old, I will be giving lots of parenting tips. Let me give you an example. For example, I give parents parenting tips on how to save money. I give parenting tips on what to do in certain situations with children. I give parenting tips on how to have a party for your child. All kinds of tips. And it would be really, I hope that it will be very interesting for parents. What is your next question?
My next question is, why did you start making videos?
Because a lot of parents would come to me because I teach children, and a lot of parents would come to me with questions, and I wanted to help them.
Okay, and the fourth question is,
No, I think that's the third
question. Why should parents listen to you?
Because like I said before, I'm an educator, and I've been working with children for over 20 years. I have a grown adult son. I have 2 grandchildren. And I've been giving advice to parents, and they've been listening to me, and it's been working. The tips that I've been giving parents have been very effective.
Okay, well, the fourth question is, did you do something else besides teach kids and make videos?
Yes, I perform for children in Northeast Ohio as Diamonds the Magical Clown. I perform magic, I do face painting, and balloon twisting for kids.
Okay, well, the fifth question is, what is it like to be Diamonds the Magical Clown?
Oh, what is it like to be Diamonds the Magical Clown? It's a lot of fun. I get to make children laugh. I have an opportunity to see their smiling faces when I do balloon twisting for them, face painting, and magic shows. So it's a lot of fun, performing for audiences.
Okay, and well, now the sixth question is, as a creator, what is your goal?
My goal is to have, well, at this point, my goal is to have 2,000 subscribers, and I would like for people to share and like my videos. I would really like for them to make comments on the videos, because this is for you all. I want to know how much whether or not you like the videos. If you don't like it, let me know why you don't like it, what I could do to improve it.
Okay, now your last question is, do you have a t-shirt that fans of yours or can buy?
Yes, I do have t-shirts. I do have t-shirts
of your show.
Yes,
can buy.
I do have t-shirts that my fans can buy. Wait, sit down, Isis. I know that you're happy, but have a seat. Okay, I do have t-shirts, because I also have this talk show called Vibe. It's a show with myself and 3 other ladies, and it's a discussion panel. We answer questions from subscribers, and the show seems to be interesting to a lot of people. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to let you all have just a preview of that show, because I'm going to be talking with Pastor Bridget and two other ladies, and you'll get a sample of what our show Vibe is about. And I've got a series of t-shirts with the word Vibe on it, and Vibe stands for virtuous, intelligent, beautiful energy. So in a few minutes you will see a preview of that. Okay.
See you when it's done.
All right, bye-bye. So I'm here with a member of my discussion panel called Vibe. And the purpose of that discussion panel is so that parents will get plenty of helpful parenting tips. And we've had a lot of different interesting discussions. And we discuss shows like how to prevent your child from being cyberbullied, or what to do if your child experiences cyberbullying. So yeah, Pastor Bridget, how did you feel when we did that show? How did you like it? What do you think parents can get out of it?
Well, I thought it was a very interesting topic. When we did that particular panel discussion, I feel like parents gain more knowledge of how to handle that, how to handle bullying, or when their child is being bullied, because they've been bullied before. So then when you've been bullied or experienced that type of situation, when you have children, it'll help you better understand how to get a handle on it, how to teach your children how to either defend themselves or talk to a principal or talk to somebody, and very close to them. So that was a really great panel discussion. I know that I was bullied when I was younger. And so when my children began to be being bullied, all of them have in one way or another, then I had a better handle on training them on what to do. I would tell them to go and talk with their principal or tell the teacher first. Do not, defend yourself immediately, unless somebody is putting their hands on you. Then you'd have to handle things a different way. But if they're just bullying you with words and certain things, and talking about, your parent or something like that, I tell them, don't just ignore them. But if it consists and persists, then that's when you tell the teacher, when it's almost like you feel like your life is in danger,
Right.
So I
Right.
believe the parents got a lot out of that.
Okay, yeah.
Just as I did as a parent.
Right. And which Vibe episode was your favorite?
One of my episodes that I loved the most that we did was talking about Halloween, because I am a spiritual person. And of course, Pastor Bridget, I'm a Christian. So that was one of my favorite episodes, because I was able to explain why, as Christians, we should not celebrate Halloween. And a lot of Christians do. And they don't know the negative spiritual attachments that come with that. Even though we try to make it fun, it's still celebrating an anti-God day. So anyway, that was one of my favorite episodes.
Right. Okay. And we also did an episode where the men shared their views on parenting.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think a lot of parents would be interested to see that show. And they would also be very happy to know our show is not just for women.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just for women. There are a lot of single fathers out there also.
Mm-hmm.
Or there are times that the mom goes on vacation and leaves the children with dad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. And I believe that the panel of men, they really enjoyed doing that discussion topic, especially my husband, because there were times when the children were younger that I would leave them with him because I had ministry things to do. I had places to go for ministry. And so it would be so funny because I would think that because they're males, they're boy children, that, he'd be fine, being at home, hanging out with the boys and having boys' night out and them doing whatever guys do on boys' night out. And periodically our daughter would be there, but he's a girl dad too. So I'm thinking he would, you know, um, be experienced in that, and that he would have no problem because he's so good at being a dad when, I'm home. He's a very participatory dad. He's hands-on. So, but then when I would come home from those weekend, ministry events, he would be like, "I'm so glad you're home." He was like, "Boy," he said, it's more than a notion than being a parent. And you do this all the time like it's nothing. He was like, "Boy, you should have seen me trying to come up with things to do with these kids." I was like, yeah, for the most part, they know how to entertain themselves. But if you're talking about having uh daddy son time, or guy time is what he called it, guy time, because if it was a women's ministry or something, I sometimes took our daughter with us, but having guy time, he was saying he even had to come up with creative things to do, even with the boys. And I'm always doing things with the kids. So, but he was happy to see me when I got home. He was like, he says, "Kudos to you. My hat is off to you." Because, he
Yeah,
said, "This is harder than I thought." You
yeah.
know,
And
but after,
I'm
go
sure a
ahead.
lot of men, I'm sure a lot of men feel that same way.
Yeah, yeah. So I said, "Well, you see, I need a break too."
Mhm.
And he's like, "Yeah, you're right." He said, "I'm gonna start giving you more breaks." So it got easier the more, I left him with the kids. It got easier, and I gave him some pointers on what he could do with them and stuff. You know,
Yeah,
so it's pretty good. He enjoyed that. He enjoyed that particular um, episode, or
yeah,
panel discussion, I should say. Hmm.
yeah. So, I guess the old saying is true, children don't come with instructions.
That
And
is so true.
that's a slogan that I use on my website.
Hmm.
And for those viewers out there who want to know how to, get to know us better or how to watch more videos, they can go to parentsrus.biz. Parents, the letter R, us.biz. Yeah. So yeah, I think they're going to enjoy our shows, and I think they're going to find it informative. And the
Hmm.
main thing is, I hope that parents share this information with their friends.
Hmm.
Yeah, because the main reason that I decided to start this channel is because I know that you probably heard that, like, on the internet, teachers are talking about how they're quitting their jobs. They're
Yes.
quitting, yeah, they're quitting so fast. And the main reason is because the children are misbehaved, and they have
Hmm.
a lot of problems. So I thought to myself, well, since I educate children, uh, I've been an educator for about 20 years, and I was just thinking that it would be great if I could give the parents some help, to
Hmm.
make their jobs easier, because there were a lot of things that I didn't know about parenting until I became a teacher.
Right.
Yes, so one of my goals is to make parenting easier, to encourage parents, to give them some kind of encouragement,
Mm-hmm.
and to help them and let them know that they're not alone. And I think this discussion panel lets them see that, there are other parents out there, and all of us on the panel, we're all different.
Mm-hmm.
They can see diversity in our panel. For example, Hayla, she's young. She's like in her 20s, and she works at a preschool. So people can relate to her, and then Diane, even I've been friends with Diane for years, and Diane has got different life experiences, and we all have different life experiences and come from different backgrounds. So that makes it very good. And not only do we have this show, which I believe it's going to be popular, but we also have t-shirts, and we're both wearing our t-shirts. Let everybody see it. Okay, here we go.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Yes. And so they can go to my store, and the store is parentsrus.store.
Mm-hmm.
parentsrus.store. And if they want to support us, which I hope they do support us, they can buy some t-shirts. And I'm also going to come out with some holiday t-shirts, like Christmas, Valentine's Day, different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so I think my favorite vibe episode was when we were talking about technology.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one because even in the classroom, what I do is there have been times that we might do a lesson on technology, and children today, they're so amazed at the fact that we didn't have computers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I've had children ask me, well, Mrs. Hill, what did you do? What did you do? And we had to use our imagination and be creative with, how we entertained ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
So
so true.
yeah, so not only is that a show, but it's also a bit of a history lesson,
Mm-hmm.
teaching. And I wanted to do a technology challenge. So in the future, on an upcoming show, we're going to do a technology challenge where we challenge, parents and their kids to put away their devices, at least for.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd like to read the comments to see what happened, and did people like it? Could they survive? Was it a problem? Just want to see what happened. And Pastor Bridget, have you ever thought of doing that with your family?
Well, yes, and I have done it, but not for a whole week. On Tuesdays, we would have no technology Tuesday.
Oh.
And so instead of being on our devices, we would read, we would have family discussions, we would talk about our day or our week. We would have discussions about what's on our heart, or what's going on in school, or our goals. I would have them write their goals and goals that they would like to accomplish in that year or in this year or whatnot. And then I'd also have them reading really good books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Disciplines of a Godly Man or a Godly Young Man, and just having them read particular books and then have them write a few paragraphs on what they understood instead of being on our devices all day. And then more of eating dinner together. So now we eat dinner together because of those no technology Tuesdays. We eat dinner together most days.
That's good. That's good because nowadays, families don't eat together like they used to.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know that a lot of it is due to, parents being so busy and, their work schedule. But it's important to try to make time and sit down
Mm-hmm.
and find out what's going on in your kids' lives, and a lot of times parents don't know how to ask questions. Many
Mm-hmm.
times you ask a question that, like an open-ended question, not a question that's just yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because when my son was younger, I would ask him things and he would say yes, no. So then I had to learn to ask him a question in which he had to, elaborate on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I like that. I like that a lot. And also when we do have dinner together, they at first they would think that it's okay for them to bring their cell phones or game consoles and stuff. And so when we saw that, we also said, no, when we're having dinner together, all cell phones are off. Do not bring any technology or games or anything like that to dinner. No, everybody off the phone. We're going to have a conversation. And even if we're watching like a particular show when we're eating, because sometimes we do that too, I will pick out certain shows or certain news stations or something like that for them to watch, for us to watch as a family. And then we'll discuss what is going on, in the world today. Like my husband would say, let's watch world news. We're not going to watch it, the news all day because we don't want that negativity in your spirit. But if there's something that you saw positive or you saw something that inspired you, you know, let's talk about it. And so that's what we do now as well.
Okay. Sounds very good. Those are very good tips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, you know what? Also, I want the viewers to know that we don't just do a discussion panel. Like one thing that they may find very helpful is that I also have a cooking series with
Mm-hmm.
my grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Cooking with Isis and Ivory.
Mm-hmm.
So the earlier part of this video, Isis was interviewing me, but Ivory did not want to be on camera because she lost her two front teeth. And I guess maybe she's a little bit self-conscious about being on camera, or maybe she wasn't feeling well. But I'm going to talk to her about it because a lot of people who have watched the videos told me that, they enjoy seeing me do a cooking show with my grandchildren, and they like Ivory. She's a very lively spirit on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Ivory is, for those viewers who don't know, she is 6 years old, and Isis is 9.5, and she will be 10 years old in September. By the time this show airs, Isis would have had her 10th birthday. So, yeah, and with the children, time goes by so quickly.
Oh yeah,
It's so fast.
that's so true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and what parents would really be interested in knowing is that when all of these recipes, okay, when I do a cooking show with my grandchildren, all of these recipes have vegetables in them. And the whole purpose of me doing cooking shows is to get children to eat their vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
And one favorite show that I do is cooking spaghetti, because most kids like spaghetti. I have not met a child that didn't like spaghetti.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they yeah, spaghetti. So the secret is to well, I'm not sure, should I tell my secret now or let them watch the video? I think I'll let them watch the video.
Yeah.
But what I do is I am able to hide the vegetables in the food.
Uh-huh.
Able to hide the vegetables in the food so that the kids don't even know that they're eating it. And one thing that I do is that when my grandkids were younger, like a few years ago, they wouldn't eat their vegetables. They would pick out all the vegetables in the spaghetti. So I used to cook my food without letting them see how I cooked it. And
Mm-hmm.
and then as they got older and they realized that they liked my spaghetti, then I could give them the secret of, you know, how I got them to eat their vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think they're gonna like the spaghetti show that I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I have another show where I do I fix meatloaf.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is so delicious, meatloaf. And
Yeah.
yeah, now the true test of my cooking is this: if Ivory likes it, then everybody else should like it. She's a picky eater, so if she likes it and she will eat it, everybody else should like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and as far as cooking goes, cooking, that's a big part of parenting,
Mm-hmm.
a very important part of parenting. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people don't know about the secrets of, well, I don't know if this is a secret, but a lot of people just don't know that cauliflower is so nutritious. It's almost like
Yeah.
a superfood. You know, it's
Yeah.
so, yeah, so nutritious. And I teach parents how to cook cauliflower with mashed potatoes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it actually makes your potatoes taste better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did not know how much better it makes your potatoes taste. But
Yeah.
yeah, to me, I like it. And I also tell people about how nutritious it is and the vitamins. And you know, my cooking shows are basically, you know, trying to encourage uh, parents to cook nutritious foods for their kids.
Right.
Yeah, instead of, you know, the junk foods. And I even have one recipe where I cook, well, it's no, I don't cook it.
Mm.
I make banana pudding. Banana,
Right.
yeah, you saw that
Yes.
video, yeah, banana pudding, and you do not bake it. Don't bake it at all. It's so easy, and but it's very nutritious for those people who, you know, want their children to eat something that's nutritious. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I make banana pudding with yogurt. Now, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people might say, "Ugh, that tastes nasty," but try it. You know, I think your kids would like it. Yeah, I think they would really like that. So, yeah, so we have a lot of great shows coming up, and the main thing is I'd like for parents to leave comments, because that's very important, because if they leave comments, even a comment that they don't like something on the show, if you don't like something that we're doing on the show, it would be very helpful to let us know what that is so that we can address that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So so let me see. Oh, also, I do shows on giving parents partying tips,
Mm-hmm.
like how to have a party, a stress-free party for your kids, because there are a lot of parents that when they book me or Diamonds the Magical Clown to do a party, many parents say, "Oh, this is my first time. You know, this is my first time doing a party." And
Mm-hmm.
you know, they need my advice. So, you know, they ask for my advice and I give it to them. And my goal is just to make it as stress-free for the parent as possible. You know, because every time someone calls me to perform and do a party for their kids, you know, I try to make the party as much fun for the kids and try to make it as stress-free for the parents as possible. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have anything else that you might want to say to parents or or do you have any suggestions for upcoming shows?
I'm sorry about that. There are people calling, there are children interrupting, there are grandchildren interrupting, there's
Okay,
things going on over here.
okay, now hold it, just pause, just count to 5, okay, because I'm cutting all that out. All right, everything you just said, I'm just gonna cut it all out. Okay, let's just count to 5. Okay. Yeah, now you can go.
Okay, well, there are quite a few things that I love for parents to know. It would be nice. I don't know how many, we have so many different segments. So we are really trying to get most topics, like things that we've had issues about or problems with when we're raising our kids. Like another one of my favorite episodes is disciplining your children. That was a really good panel discussion that we had. So there's so many different types of discipline. So it would be nice if parents can look for that segment because, the way the world is and the way children are today, they're dealing with a whole lot more than what we used to deal with when we were younger. I can't even imagine, even trying to, get along in this world, because it's challenging because you have all types of bullying, you have all types of body shaming, and they're dealing with so many different issues, drugs and people trying to give them drugs, sex trafficking. There's just so much that young people are dealing with right now. So there are some things, like we haven't done a segment on sex trafficking, or we haven't done a segment on it was just right in my brain and it just slipped out. I can't even remember what it was. It's like you have it right there in the top of the forefront of your head, but you just can't think of what it is, protecting yourselves, oh, we did something on stranger danger. So you could correlate that to sex trafficking, or what to do if somebody's trying to traffic you. I know a couple of people personally that were sex trafficked, and that were able to escape, and they were young. So part of parenting is sitting down, talking to your children about stranger danger, but the according to their age, you know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Age appropriate stranger danger.
Right.
Age appropriate, keep your head on swivel and look around. How to protect yourself from being sex trafficked, because they're not only sex trafficking young girls, they're sex trafficking young men. And so, like I said, I know people personally who have been sex trafficked. So maybe we should do a panel discussion on awareness.
Right. That is a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what we can do. That's
Mm-hmm.
what we will do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, there's quite a few things I'm sure that topics that we can do. It's just so much to parenting. And as you said in the beginning of this discussion, there are so many topics that we can touch base on, because parenting does not come with instructions or a manual. You know, there's literature, there's things in the Bible, and then there's Dr. Spock, but there's certain things that they don't even touch on.
Right.
You know, I've read those books, Dr. Spock, and I've read the Bible too. And there's some things that we go through as parents or children go through, and we are going through it too because our children are going through it, or somebody's children is going through it, that the Bible doesn't talk about, or Dr. Spock, who's supposed to have the ultimate parenting manual, doesn't talk about. So we also should touch on mental health.
Mhm.
Mental health is major in our communities. There's so much that children go through, young children dealing with divorce, older children dealing with divorce. And we should touch on those things as well, because there's a lot of children that come from divorce households. And then that leads up to adults not wanting to get married because they're afraid, you know, because of what they experienced in their childhood with their parents getting or being divorced.
That's so true. And that's something that people don't think about. They don't think about how this divorce will impact their children.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important to get counseling for your children.
Mm-hmm.
Them go through counseling so that they can go through it also, so they can successfully be able to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. And parents need to get therapy as well, so that you will better know how to parent without that other parent being there, to help you be a better single parent. There are a lot of children messed up today because of the disdain or hurt or pain or neglect that they have felt from the parent that's either present or the parent that is absent. It goes both ways. So I think that's a topic or a good panel discussion to have, you know, in the future.
Right.
You know.
Yes, and we could discuss something like custodial parent, versus the, I guess, fun parent.
Thank you.
A lot of people see it that way, because when you're the custodial parent, you're the one who has to say, is your homework done? You clean your room? Did you clean your room yet? The custodial parent is the disciplinarian. And then when the, fun parent comes, it does kind of hurt for the custodial parent to see that their child is so happy, oh, now they get to have fun for a few hours, with the they think is the fun parent. But then the person who's considered the fun parent, they probably have their own set of challenges also. So the custodial parent could be thinking, oh, you're the fun parent. Then the fun parent could be saying, oh, well, it's not as much fun as you might think because of whatever reasons. So yeah, I could do a discussion panel, to have pros and cons on both sides. And many times is very helpful for people to know how other people are feeling.
Yes.
Right. And then, that can clear up a lot of, misconceptions, and hopefully bring people closer. Yeah, but yeah, you just brought up a very good point, because yeah, I didn't even think about that. And that's the reason why I really um I really appreciate getting comments,
Mm-hmm.
because then that's giving me feedback on, how people feel about certain episodes and what we're doing right, what we're not, what they feel like we're not doing right, um,
Mm-hmm.
or what they feel we need improvement on.
Mm-hmm.
We might need improvement on something. So, when people tell us what they like or what they want to see, then that helps us to provide, better programming for them, better shows, more
Mm-hmm.
interesting content.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Yes.
Yeah, so anyway, I can say that it's been enjoyable. It's been fun doing these videos.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy doing it. Yeah, I wish that I'm I'm hoping to get more views, more people sharing the content. And for me, it would it would feel very not very good if parents would say, "Oh, I watched your show and that was a good tip. I learned this or that." You know, um, Once again, letting me know what they like, what they didn't like, and if it helps them, that would be really great. I would be,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that would be really great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yep. So anyway, yeah, we have plenty of shows coming up, and Isis and Ivory, they're getting ready for school, but I'm getting them ready to do some more videos. I was hoping that we could do a playground. I mean, yeah, I was hoping that we could do a video of playground safety.
Oh yeah.
Playground safety. But the thing is, I think that I mentioned something about that, but I did a short video. I did a short
Okay.
video about the playground.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I might have a whole series of safety videos,
Mm-hmm.
like Halloween safety, how to be safe around Halloween, how to be safe, on the playground, things like that. Yeah. So
That's good.
yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yep.
That's really good. That ties in also with what I was saying before, although I was relating it to sex trafficking, but that relates to also stranger danger.
Right, because the most important thing is that people think that it's always a strange, well, even though it's stranger danger, people think that the person who's harmful is always a stranger, but many times it's a person in your family.
That's right.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
right. And there are ways to, keep yourself safe there also.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, to me that was uh, the most interesting thing. As an educator, we go to seminars, we have meetings, we watch videos on certain things, and when I was taught that the person who is dangerous is not always a stranger,
Mm-hmm.
many times it's someone in your family, in
That's very
well,
true.
yeah. So that was very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yep.
Yeah, that is so true. That is very true, I know that personally. So yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yep. So anyway, well, it has been so nice talking to you, Pastor Bridget. And I hope that parents find these videos very informative and very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so did you have any last minute words, or are you going to just see everybody in the next video?
Well, I enjoyed myself having this this discussion with you. And as always, I love when our panel comes back together, our other Vibe sisters. Um, I'll be glad when we come back together and make some newer, fresh videos. And I'm ready for the school year to start. I've also been an educator, as you know, for over 25 years. And I took a break from it for 4 years and did something different. So now I'm back at it again. So with that being said, we should have more content with us both going back into the school system that will provide us with more good parental content.
Right, that is so true.
Mhm.
Okay, so I guess that's it for now, and I hope to see you all in the next video, and I hope that you share my videos, like them, leave comments, and of course, visit our online store because you can buy t-shirts, not just t-shirts, but we also have coffee mugs, we have tote bags, and I'm going to have t-shirts for men. That is coming soon. I'm going to have t-shirts for men because it was brought to my attention that if somebody was going to buy a t-shirt, but he told me that the t-shirts, they look too feminine. They are because they're for women. And so I said, well, I want to include the guys also. So I'm going to, start designing t-shirts for men also. So anyway, I guess that's all for now. And I'm very grateful for those of you who have subscribed and liked and shared the videos, and I will also be grateful when I can start reading the comments. So that's all for now. So I hope that we both see you in the next video. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Vibe. And we're using Vibe as an acronym to mean virtuous, intelligent, beautiful energy. And I'm here with a panel of 3 women who you have seen before if you've watched the show. If you're just tuning in, I have Hayla. Hayla, wave to the viewers. Yes. Hayla is 24 years old. She's a college graduate, and right now she's working in a preschool. So, we're happy to have her input about children as it relates to your preschool age children. And we also have Pastor Bridget, who is with us. And Pastor Bridget, along with her husband, she's a pastor of her own church, and she has 5 children. 2 are adult children who don't live in the home anymore because they're adults, and 3 other children. And so she has plenty of experience when it comes to children. And we also have Diane Baker, who is a mother of a grown son who's a school teacher. And she can draw from his experience in the classroom. And she also has 2 granddaughters. And today, as you can tell from my background, we are going to talk about Halloween. We are going to talk about Halloween. I know that as a child, we all look forward to getting candy, going door to door, getting candy. Nowadays, it's not safe to go door to door unless you actually know the people, but there are alternatives. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the origins of Halloween, how it started, where it came from, and we're going to also discuss alternatives in case you don't want to celebrate Halloween in the traditional manner. And if you ladies want to talk about your own personal experiences with Halloween, that would be very, very much appreciated. So anyway, Pastor Bridget, could you tell us, Yeah, how did Halloween begin and how did it start?
Well, back in the day, there was Halloween is a pagan holiday, and it comes from All Saints Eve or All Hallows Eve. It's a celebration reserved in many countries in the world, actually. And it's a time where you have Celtic, it comes from Celtic, the Celtic traditions and things like that, where they had trick-or-treating and costume parties, and a lot of alcohol was involved, and treats and candy, and a lot of festivities going on at that time. And they had something called Samhain Festival. And the Samhain Festival is where the Celtics would get together to ward off ghosts, different types of spirits. And there were Celtic druids. Druids they dress up as like warlocks, very dark. They're like priests sometimes. And they would have bonfires and things of that sort going on and everything like that. And another name for it would be called All Souls Day. Mm-hmm. All Souls Day. And in All Souls Day and Halloween, there is angels and devils and witches and warlocks and all kinds of festivals celebrating the dead. And so that's basically where it has come from. I could go on and on and on. It's a lot to it. It's so much more in depth, but basically that's where it came from. And I've learned over the years, me personally being a pastor, when I was younger, I celebrated Halloween, but after I did more research, finding that it is a pagan holiday and it is celebrating the dead, I found that as a Christian, we are not to celebrate Halloween. Because
that's like the devil's holiday.
It is the devil's holiday. And, it's a day also where they, in the bonfires, like I said, All Souls Day. So they have where they look for animals, they look for your strays. They've killed people and kidnapped children on those days or whatever and made sacrifices out of them. And they make sacrifices out of our animals.
They would also do that with, just like you said, with animals, right? They would look for your stray animals to torture or kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and you use their blood to, you sacrifice their blood, and it's just so much to it. It's called Samhain. You can look it up, Samhain festivals. And this is what they do when it's time for Halloween. So when I was in my 30s, I stopped celebrating it with the kids, and I stopped celebrating it myself. So I don't know if you want me to speak on alternatives that we do.
Well, you know what what I'd like to do? I'd like for you to speak on it later, like in a few minutes, but I would like to hear from Diane. Do you celebrate Halloween, or do you have any alternatives, or what do your grandchildren do?
When my son was younger, of course it was like, well, when I was a kid, we ran around, got the candy and everything like that. So I said, I did that because it was fun. We dressed up. My mother wouldn't let us dress up as bad people, like you had to be like a, princess or something, want to be something like a devil. No, wouldn't do that because I was Catholic, brought up Catholic. So I remember it being a fun thing. When my son was small, he was running around with his friends, and it was just like the candy. It was just the candy. I didn't research it. when I got older, I researched it, and I was actually in a church one time, and there was a lady passing out, the tracts. Is that what you call them? The little,
Yep.
paper
Track. Christian tracks. Yeah.
Christian tracts that says that Halloween is a bad thing. It's evil. You shouldn't do that. And then some of the kids in the church, they were like sad because they just wanted to dress up. They wanted the fun part, to continue to do that. So the church would have a little thing, for the kids in the church.
Mm-hmm.
Dress up like however you want to do it, have the candy like that, but not go out, house to house. I did some research. I've heard that name, that Samhain. Right now, like I said, I'm older. I do it for my granddaughters, and Halloween we'll go over there, we'll have pizza, and they'll dress up and they'll go around the neighborhood. They go where they know the people. They're not going to go, in a place they're not. But spiritually, I'm more drawn to the day after, the souls. Is that what you said? It's the Souls Day?
All Souls Day.
Yeah, so for me, I kind of gravitate to the day after, the holiday, but I don't, like I said, I don't celebrate. I just do it, as a fun thing for the kids with the candy. So,
Right.
but within a contained atmosphere, within the church or, a store, something like that. Not, because these days you don't know what people are going to give the kids, and it's scary. It's scary.
Right. You're
So
right.
that's my take on that.
Okay, thanks a lot, Diane. Now, Hayla, do you have anything to say? Like, what are the kids doing at your preschool for Halloween?
Yesterday we did like a trick or treat thing for them, and they walked around the classrooms, and the teachers gave them candy, and then my classroom also gave the other little kids candy as well, and they dressed up in their costumes, whatever they wanted to wear.
Okay, so I know that there are alternatives, and I know that there are people who are having your parties, like they might call it a costume party, or they might call it something different. So, it's an opportunity for the children to have fun, dress up in costumes, and have a party where they're having candy and they can take home a goodie bag so that the kids don't feel like they're losing out or missing out on fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Pastor Bridget, do you have any other alternatives that you can think of that that people do?
Well, yeah, for us, and us teaching our church about the members of our church about Halloween as well, we used to have something called a harvest festival. And so we would let the kids dress up in biblical characters and things like that. And then we would have, as Sister Diane, like we're in church, but she is my sister in Christ. So yeah, she's my sister in Christ. So like Diane was saying that, we would have pizza, we would have candy, we would have activities for them to play games and things like that. And so they would dress up in biblical characters and things like that. And then some of my friends' churches, they do something called trunk or treat, where again, the kids can dress up in biblical characters, and then they give them candy from out of the trunk. There's like a lot of bags of candy. They make little goodie bags and things like that, and they give it to the kids. And we in our home, since, we have done our research on Halloween, we have, my husband, he bags up candy. He buys a bunch of candy from stores or whatnot, and then he gives them little baggies of candy, and then there's a bowl of candy. We don't let them eat all the candy all at once, just so they won't feel left out. You know what I mean? And so we have in the past also, we have bought them like superhero costumes. Or, Hayla would dress up as like a superhero too, or one of the Incredibles or something like that. And so they would be in the house you know, with their costumes on, and they can wear them anytime. They don't have to just have it on Halloween. They can use them anytime, and they used to go around and play in them. Now they're teenagers. They're a little bit big for that now, but we still provide them with candy because it doesn't matter how old you are. You still would like to have some candy.
Yeah.